Test, test. Alright, boys. I think we should be live. Let me, as usual, check on my phone and then post this on Discord. And if you can see me and hear me correctly, please let me know in the comments. Okay. Advertisements. Good. Giving myself a few cents from advertisements on my channel. Live stream. Come on, YouTube, you can do it. Show me the chat. Oh, Vates, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Nice. Nice that you are here for my... to help with my Bulgaria once again. Alright, boys. Looks like everything is fine. Let me post this on Discord. Ah, I forgot to do the here thing. I hope this works. Actually, let me do that. Let me do that again. 1 second. Now it should be right. I ran out of money for the subscription. When I have money, I'll join again. No problem, man. Whenever. Any help, even if it's limited in time, it's always very much welcome. And by the time you join, again, hopefully this run will be done. By the way, guys, it's gonna be painful because let me show you something here. It will be very painful to play Bulgaria after having such a great time with Romania. Let me just show you this. Look at how cool Romania is. Look at our Romanian protectorate of Great Britain, or our Romanian France. What about nationalist Romanian Spain? And Romanian Italy, and Romanian Austria, and Romanian Hungary. So Romania is amazing because now we are in it with the axis, so this is a bit tricky. But actually there is also Romanian Belgium and Romanian Netherlands in it. I don't know, it's just so fun to play Romania. It's only April 1940, can you imagine? All of these achieved so early in the run, so smoothly. It's going to be a lot harder with Bulgaria. So the thing is, I don't want to compare them. I need to switch my mindset. It's not going to be as good as Romania. So we need to focus on what we can do with Bulgaria. No comparisons allowed. Romania is just amazing. But Bulgaria gets a bit more cores, so maybe later in the run it has more potential. Now, enough said about my beloved Romania, which is coming very soon. We're not live on Twitch. I made a Twitch account, but yeah, I never really used it. Now that at the time when I made it, it was not possible to dual stream on both, or not allowed. I think now it's possible, so maybe I should do that. Either way, bye Romania, and let's go to some more painful Bulgaria run. Okay, now it's going to be slow today, guys, because I'm still working on the spreadsheet a lot, so we need to write down everything. It's going to take some time. So let's arm ourselves with patience and do it. And I'm already in doubt about the third one. I don't know if we should go construction. We should probably get either the interwar tank or the basic artillery here. I think I'll put some artillery down here. Problem is, oh no, okay, we don't have MIOs, so no problem. Then we build mills in Burmoe. But mostly we actually make an agency. Pop 1 info. There we are, good. I still haven't gotten to the part where we position the army properly, so for now we don't do anything with the army. We don't train. Do not train. Okay. Power to the Tsar. So hopefully we'll not get the bad RNG. I am still leaning to restarting if this happens. So if you get the bad RNG, I'll talk about it later, but with the first of these events, I think it's better to restart because it's fairly early in the run and it is quite impactful. Like not devastating, but it delays everything by a bit. So right away, it's a bit annoying. Okay, so this would be the setup. At least, as you can see, it's very easy and fast to do. So if you need to restart, it's probably okay. Now let me see what we need to do next. Vades, I feel like it's a slower percentage than the other two. I think it's exactly 33% in the end. It should be exactly 33%. It's 3 possible events, but that means 66% you're good, 33 you're not. So it's still likely to be good. So where are you living at? It's 6 o'clock here. I have a great... Oh, it's a bit early for you. I am in Japan. Any HOI4 stream planned in the future, or are you doing those randomly? I do those randomly. Also, I asked in a poll if people would be interested in seeing some Neo. Neo is what I'm playing at the moment. So the HOI4 streams are not always about the same game. They are about something I like to play. And these days I'm playing Don't Starve Together. I'm playing Neo. And I'm not currently playing Warhammer, Total War, and so that's what I had been streaming. So the other thing I was suggested to do is create a secondary channel for other games, which is something I'm looking into, but it takes a bit of time and effort that I'm not sure I'm ready to put in right now. And also it means that at least for a while, maybe forever, those streams will not be monetized, so I don't earn anything from them. So I don't know about that. Strategy games I'm okay with bringing on this channel, but it really looks like most of you guys are not interested in seeing other genres on the channel. So, okay, discredit socialist poetry. Now, by the way, Vades, I was thinking about changing a bit the description here. Rather than discredit socialist poetry, I think we should always discredit until they are at, what was it, 40 or 30? Probably 30. Yeah, not that it makes a big difference, but... I am from Italy, but I live in Japan. Placing your troops in the tile and tile X right now is good for missions. Yeah, later on I need to figure out exactly which tiles and then I'll write down on the spreadsheet. I forgot to do it last time, so we need to do it again. Let me see. Hello, Maki. Why is Spain so boring and hard to play? I don't know. It's just a very poorly designed nation. The Phalangist path is very powerful, but I would definitely not say it's fun. And no compromise, no surrender made it worse, of course, like many other things. I still don't know what to do with spies, but yeah, wait, okay, but don't worry, we'll get there, and it's fine. Just take a couple of seconds, so I'll write it down properly. So after this one, we can do the thing here. So this decreases popularity by 30, and 3 times means. Let me see which one is faster to write. No, it's actually faster to write discredit socialist per 3. Okay, then let's do it. Then here we go, the Tsar regime. And actually on the spreadsheet I also want to write not ease up but on power. Done. Hello, just a noob. What a goal to make Bulgaria work somehow. To make it remotely as powerful as Greece or Romania. Let's see what happens. But mostly I need to figure out all of these decision things, and then we need to work a bit into the integration thing, and at the same time we need to see what we can do in terms of the army and when we can realistically fight Italy and then Germany. Now we are going non-aligned, so there will be a war against Italy and Germany at the same time. I don't think we can avoid that. So eventually we will need to protect this front, and I think we'll also get a civil war in Yugoslavia as make spies worth caring about again. Making spies So the reason why we are making spies here is that we are on a terrible civilian economy, and we actually have terrible infrastructures in here, but we don't have building slots and we don't have resources. So building infrastructures is not particularly convenient. So early buildings, I feel for this run are particularly useless. We will get most of our buildings from our puppets later on. So at this point, the spies, getting a couple of spies could be helpful. We can put them on diplomatic pressure and so on. Mamma mia, Italy. Which city? I'm from Milan, so I would always recommend going to Milan. But then, you know, the touristic ones are always Venezia, Firenze, Florence, Rome. If I'm actually going back to Italy in a couple of months, but if I had the time to travel Italy again, which unfortunately I don't, what I would like to visit in Italy more is the south. I haven't visited, I've never been to Sicily, which is shameful. And I have been to Naples, but the southern part of Italy I do not know very well. And I would like to visit the south and the islands that are in here, which are not in HOI4, but they're very beautiful. So maybe one day, if I ever go back. Okay, but guys, I need to focus here, because unfortunately Bulgaria is very, very intensive, because you have a ton of shitty decisions to pick. And by the way, yeah, so Vades, the reason why it doesn't make a difference to pick ban or discredit is that discredit is active for 7 days, and then for 7 days it's on cooldown, right? So you get -10 popularity every 14 days. And this one, when you can pick it, is the same thing, because it's active for 14 days. It decreases the popularity by 10. You can only use ban once, okay. Then I need to see the other ones too. But yeah, I agree that discredit is the best. The only thing is a bit annoying is you need to constantly pay attention to it. So like right now, taking ban probably would not be slower, but yeah. Discredit. Do I need to do anything else in between, or do I do this one first? I completely forgot. At 150, the democratic reformers. So first we go 3 discredit, okay. Then tech-wise, I think at this point, we definitely don't go for mechanical computing because we don't have techs. So either we go for the interwar tanks, or we go construction, which is useless because we're not building anything, or the radio. I would say we go for the interwar tanks. Yeah, I have it here. It's, wait, discredit, ban, imprison, raid, destroy. Yeah, I got it. This one I got written down on the spreadsheet, so that's fine. That part I have. I need to check the other one though. The integration, the best way to integrate. That one I don't have written down yet. So later on we need to write it down properly. Wait a second. So we are at 30 popularity. So now we need to do ban. Ban, imprison, raid. Okay, let's go ban. In prison, and this is the RNG moment. So now we find out what happens. It doesn't matter much. Okay, we got the best one. I would have been a bit happier actually to get the neutral one for balancing purposes, because this messes up in positive the things a little bit. So when you get the neutral one, you just don't get the political power. The rest is the same. Do you know if there is a command power to a console command, sorry, to remove political power? Sorry, just no, I'm ignoring you. let me answer. So we are going for the we're going for the return of the Tsar Ferdinand I, then the fate of the Balkans, then eventually restore the Bulgarian Patriarchate. That's what we are going to do. So, because in this best case scenario, we can pick right away the democratic support, democratic reformer. So let's pretend we don't have 50 political power, okay? Does it work? Let me try. Maybe it does. It does. Okay, awesome. Awesome. Okay, perfect. So, in prison we need the raid and destroy now. How many do we get? 4, so one more. Let's get this one. Then... So at this point we definitely want to go concentrated industry and... I would say interwar artillery. Now technically with interwar artillery we could already make SPGs. Doesn't make any sense probably, but we could be making SPGs. I don't know. For now, let's go there and then let's see. Okay, so with this one we can definitely pick the thing, which would be the democratic reformer, and also we can pick army organization. And then we want to almost immediately, as soon as possible, start discrediting the agrarian union leaders. The other factions are good to wait until after getting the political power reduction from the folks. No, I don't know, I tested, but I think it's better to discredit the agrarian union now. Otherwise we would be very late. If we start removing them now, then we will perfectly be on time with cooperate with Zveno. I don't know, in the end we would need to check exactly what happens, but I think we can start getting rid of them now. Last time I remember I tested waiting and I wasn't too happy with that because then it takes too long. Because unfortunately this is only a discount in terms of the price, not the time. If it also discounted the time, then I would have no doubts. So I think we'd also go a diplomatic pressure on Yugoslavia maybe, but I'll need to check a bit later. So for a non-aggression pact we also need to improve relations, which we'll do later. But I guess I can write it down at the very beginning. Okay. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. The other ones, no, though. I cannot write. Is there any RNG as to bad events that we would get at this point if we do that? Or is it okay? Because their loyalty is pretty low. Well, definitely we would save political power, and in this run political power is quite important. At the same time, doing this earlier means gaining 10% stability, which is a bit more political power. Let me make a save. Okay, let's try not to do it then. Okay, fine, let's go. So at this point, if we don't do that, then the next goal is the anti-IMRO propaganda, which is after completing this focus, I believe. Do you know of any other country we want to get a non-aggression pact? Yes, definitely. We would like that with basically all of these countries, I guess. I don't know if we have a next immediate priority. Romania and Turkey are the difficult ones to get usually, no? Because they dislike us the most. Actually, Romania dislikes. I'd say just you go, but another non-aggression pact could be helpful. Well, if it is just you go and we don't need the other spy, then we can skip some of the upgrades, just stick to one. And get maybe one more military factory. Okay, let's try that. The thing is, now we have an abundance of political power, but I guess we use it. So anti-IMRO. Fine. And now this is the one. No, but we cannot do it yet, though. It's after this one that we get the good one. Okay. So now we go acquire modern tools. But I need to improve relations and get a non-aggression pact with Yugoslavia. Maybe a little bit later. Subjugate, yeah, we're going for the peaceful subjugation in this run. I missed this. This is very important. Political loyalty as soon as possible. And let me keep an eye on this. No, okay, this is fine. Now, negotiate Bulgaria rearmament. When do you think we should get the non-aggression pact? And the other question is, would you leave the guy on improved relations in Yugoslavia? Or not? I think we can start and improve relations. So the two options are improve relations, non-aggression pact. We cancel the improve relations. You want to improve relations with the UK? But I never had issues. I don't know if it's possible that they refused. They never refused. I don't think it's useful to improve relations with the UK. Let me try with Yugoslavia then. Then it's fine. Then let's do this. Yugoslavia, improve relations, non-aggression pact. Just a noob, I think we can make it sure that they always accept. But yeah, that's something we're going to work out. Okay, here we have a discount that we could be using on tools, or we could be waiting for 50 days and use it on concentrated. Do we have only one discount or more than that? It's only one. Okay. Oh, the New Japan one is quite fun. That run is powerful and fairly easy. Okay, let me see what else we need. I think we would need some anti-air at some point. I don't know if we also want to make some Space Marines with anti-air. I think we'll make Space Marines without anti-air. Also, by the way, we could be making SPGs now. No. We are not allowed to build tanks because of the shit here. Okay, cannot produce armor. Okay, yeah. So, but that disappears in a second. So technically the timing is correct. I don't know if we want early SPGs or not. Maybe we can wait for the medium ones. Which would mean getting this one and this one. Don't think we need the armor. What we certainly need is tools up, but we can wait for one more. So we have 2 of them free. Yeah, also I want the radio. So we have radio, support weapons, and the industry ones to build. And I need to close the window because it's cold. Back. All right. So, do we use the 50% discount on tools or do we wait for concentrated? I am more leaning towards using it on concentrated, which is also a bit longer. So I would wait for that. So in which case we would go radio and support weapons one. We can change these, of course. It's just to get an initial idea of what we need to do. Okay, now we need to pick, demonstrate our policies of peace. Then we need to keep an eye here as well. And also we need to pick cooperate with the Sveno. And then we need to pick negotiate rearmament. I don't know. I think we need a political power. I'm okay with having some more fascists. What we want to do, I think, is remove this advisor now. I will wait until 21% to be safe. Did I forget to do this? No, this is good. Did we do negotiate? No, not yet. Okay. Fine, let's continue. Estaba completo Romania en ese tiempo. We finished Romania, yes. The guide is ready. So, the guide is ready in the sense that I recorded the video, everything went well. I showed it at the beginning of this live, the final outcome. It's amazing. But the editing part, uploading part, thumbnail, that still takes some time. So it will come probably on Sunday for members and next week for everyone else. Okay, let me focus again here. So now we go concentrated up with the discount. Then we go tools up without the discount, I think. Negotiate the Bulgarian rearmament. Wait, it was... I missed it. Was it 30 or 50 political power? I wrote 50 on the spreadsheet, but I missed it. Fuck. Well, whatever. Can change it next time if it's wrong. Okay, now... It's 50. Okay, good. Yeah, I don't know, because I'll just keep this page open, most likely. I often miss this one anyway. I'm not used to it. Illusion of a known pair. I'm used to this being completely useless. So on this one done, then on illusions. So now we're doing negotiate. Let me check on the spreadsheet. Negotiate. Okay, on. So now we want to discredit... No, but wait a second. You said you can discredit two at the same time, but I don't need to discredit two at the same time. I need to allow... I can discredit and allow at the same time, though. Vades, do you have the perfect progression for integrating? So you do allow until some point, and then you do something else? So we need to discredit the Agrarian Union 4 times, and that one is okay. So allow Sveno. And then I don't know how much. And discredit Agrarian. Okay, but we know the amount of times it would be helpful, but I guess we'll do it now. So now I need to make a save, because this one is where we need to test. So now here we go for liberalization of trade policies. Okay. And do we start with Sveno or do we start with Agrarian Union? We start with Agrarian Union because it's a bit faster. So we discredit Agrarian Union. And then we allow Sveno. Let's see. And the other thing I don't want to miss is this shit here. Okay, let's go. So now we allowed Sveno. That gives only 5 loyalty. Then we discredit these fuckers. Until joint act, but joint act is available now. So you only do it once and then you do the joint act. So this takes 14 days. It's available again in 14 days. But I guess I cannot pick the other one anymore. Okay, then I discredit. Fuck. Okay, it's very difficult to write this down on the document. Let me try. So, how would you write this down? I need to write it down in a way that is comprehensible. It's faster to discredit the agrarian, so we are going to give the priority to the agrarian union because we do it first. We do it faster, and we do the Zveno after that. But there will be some in between as well, most likely. So we say that discredit plus allow. Discredit, allow discredit. Okay, let's go. Then in between there is this one. So now pressure to lift. Okay. Now we get this one. Now we could do not yet this one. So now that we did that one, we disband the army. You say that, so this is where you need them. No, you did. Wait, why would you position them at the beginning? I prefer to disband them entirely, no? No pressure? What do you mean no pressure? I don't need to do what do you mean I don't need to do pressure? Then how do I get rid of the stuff? Oh, let me try. Probably this save is fine. Did I already do? No, okay, this is a bit earlier. Fine. I think this was before this one, yeah. So you wouldn't do this one. Well, let's see how long it takes. Actually. Okay. Okay. Nice. It's very fun how they trick you. Like, why? Why? Why do you put an event and then... whatever. Okay, then I should write... don't forget to fix army. No, that's up. Then what we are doing now is I think we are disbanding the army. Then we pick persecute these motherfuckers. And now we spam 2 with them. Yeah, that part is yeah, that part I got covered. So we create an empty one, we create a 2 with one. You say, no, I still need to disband them, but probably I didn't need to disband all of them. Shouldn't make much of a difference though. Yeah, but I can just force apply these ones and it should be fine. Unicorn. Okay. So I'd say we spam like 60 of them. Okay. Fine. Now we would need to do the joint act. I am not entirely convinced about the joint act. Vades, do you think we can afford to do another allow? Because the thing is, if I do the joint act, I lose 1 cooldown on Discredit Agrarian Union. Because this is 14 days. While if I do allow, like if you think about it, it's the same amount that you get, right? This one is 7 plus 7 days. No, it's actually less. Yeah, you're right. But this is available in 14 days. So in total, it should be the same, right? In 28 days, you only get 10 loyalty with this one. And with this one, in 28 days, you get 10 loyalty. So it's the same amount of stuff. It's the same amount of loyalty. The difference if I do another allow is I can do another discredit. But if I pick the joint act, I lose 7 days on the discredit. Not that it is a big difference. It is true that you do waste a bit of political power by doing allow. So eventually, what do we want to get? This would, if you do the joint actor, it sends you straight to bolster. No, yeah, Svena is best, but no, no doubts about that. But I think we can sacrifice a little bit of political power for this. So I'll do another allow here. Let me try that. Another 2 probably. Discredit allow. No, I need to write it down differently. Okay. It's so complex to write this shit down in the spreadsheet, so that people can follow it easily. Okay, I think I got it down now. Let me try. Okay, now we go. So now we're going to force deploy these guys. And now we want to position them to destroy the IM, whatever the fuck. Sofia, Plovdiv, Plovdiv. At the border with... So this border here, I think. But what if we do something like this? Isn't it okay? Let me try. Now we do ban. Let's see. Yes. So this seems good enough to me. So I don't need to position them at the beginning of the run. I don't think there is any reason to position them at the start. We can do it. We can do it now. I'm not sure, but in my every Bulgaria games, communist rebel. Yeah, you need to pick these stupid decisions on cooldown or shit happens. I think we're pretty happy with this. Then as soon as possible we need to pick destroy IMRO. 25 political power. Okay, let's go. Ah, wait, this one has a cooldown. I didn't check it. Now maybe it doesn't have a cooldown. No, it doesn't. Okay, then we go in prison right away. International Macedonian Revolution Organization first established against the Ottomans. Nice history context. Thanks. Okay. And we want the plot against Boris. More decisions for us. Now destroy the IMRO. Okay. Yeah, I don't think we're going to use support companies other than the engineers, at least for now. Maybe later on we can get some logistics, but probably not. Yeah, it may be already time to rush. So either we go construction or we start rushing the tanks already. I think we rushed the tanks. But I don't know. This is something we'll need to check later on. We need to check the timing and when we need them. But let's say that we do that. Okay, this is still the okay one. And then raid and destroy. And destroy. And then we switch full all in on the Zveno. And we check the timing, and hopefully it's good enough. Kind of, yeah. Trying to get the best of this absolute garbage. Yeah. One of the most tedious things ever. No doubts. So what happens when you destroy the AI? Plot against Boris. More decisions. Yes! Just what we were looking for. Yeah, but I am still not entirely convinced by delaying the discredit agrarian. We could have done this a lot earlier if we started discrediting them before we got the... So this means we get the Zveno a lot later. I don't know if that matters. If it doesn't matter much, I guess it's okay. But we could have done this a lot earlier for sure. So, what about the plot against Boris? Do we need all of them, right? We need to brainwash political prisoners. Brainwash. Just brainwash? No, wait. There was something that's made the plan a lot faster. In any case, let's do brainwash for sure. Then we'll check it. Okay, so this is done. This also helps with the Zveno a little bit, so that's not a bad idea. So now, by doing this, does it mean we can skip on the joint act, or we need to pick it in any case? So would you do joint act or a bolster now? You do bolster, right? Okay. Okay, let's start with bolster, then let's see what happens. This stuff completely useless, okay. This one's mostly useless, okay. I don't think we need to spend any political power for now. Though we may need to improve relations with other people at some point, but maybe we don't need to do it now. Are you going for the fascist, communist, or democratic path? Neither of them, non-aligned. We're going for non-aligned. We're bringing back the Tsar Ferdinand I. I don't think we'll build any infrastructure, so I think we go straight for military factories. Wait, okay, so I need to pay attention to this one now. Okay. And also to that one. Okay. How lovely. How lovely this is. So, okay, so now we got fund the Zveno, the new one. Is this one? This is only, no, this is 15 loyalty, 30 days. Yeah, that's not bad. The thing is, we are not building anything anyway, so I don't know how much that helps. Yeah, then we need to do joint act, or do we wait for something else to appear? I guess joint act, okay. Let's do the joint act. Yeah, let me think about that toaster economy thing. We can switch to partial mob, but not sure how much we benefit from it because we have only 6 civilian factories working. I know, it's already one of the faster chats, but unfortunately... We're already on export focus, but I guess free trade could be good, yeah. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Now, I don't know. It depends how much spare political power we have later on with the important decisions. It's all about that. Didn't we get something in here, though? Wasn't there any discount or something? I forgot. We already got it. You need a lot of Fate of the Balkans. What's Fate of the Balkans? 4 Fate of the Balkans. Yeah, exactly. So here we need a lot of political power. So I don't know if we have any spare one or not. Right now it's a bit difficult to tell. Partial mob is particularly expensive. Here we have a discount. It's only 75. So free trade is an option, I would say. Yeah, free trade is an option. And free trade, the earlier we get it, the better, because there is the research speed. Okay, I'd say maybe we can do free trade. Probably we could have done it earlier, though, at this point. So I don't know when, but I'll write it down. There was something that gave us the discount. I don't know what. Liberal trade. Okay, that's quite a long time ago. It was this thing here. Okay, fine. That's a good idea. I think. Let's pick it now, and then let's see. No, but as soon as we unlock this one, which is actually not that long ago. I'm saying it's a long time ago, but we only got this focus and a bit of this one. But in any case, on liberalization of trade policies, I would pick it maybe. On liberalization. Free trade. Let me highlight it in red so the next time I test this, I know it's earlier. Go back to this shitty thing. Okay, now that we got to this point, I guess we go for the establish Zveno social renovation directory. Okay, establish makes sense. Do we have RNG even in these ones, or at least in these ones we are spared the lovely mini game of RNG? Okay, now it's probably time, because we already got everything we need for the tanks, so it's probably time to go construction, assuming at some point we'll actually use it. I'm also, by the way, in theory we could start making SPGs now, but I don't know if it's needed or not, so for now we'll wait for that. No, crushing the better one is the faster one. You want to get rid of this stupid mechanic as soon as possible. Crushing is faster than getting loyalty. Getting loyalty with the Agrarian Union takes much longer, and you only get some shitty advisors like. Yeah, okay, this one is not terrible, but you get the daily democratic support, which is bad. And was that the only? I think that's the only one actually that you get. I don't think it's worth spending so much more time just to get this advisor. I don't think we'll have an issue with max factories in a state. The political power gain is nice, no doubts about that, but we'll make it work. And resource to the market when you're on free trade, I don't think it changes that much. Yeah. Okay, now we're getting this one, so we need to pay attention to this. Oh, okay, so this is straight to the draw plan for Regicide. There was something else, though. I remember there was something else. Why can I not pick anything else in here? I remember there was something that made the assassination a lot shorter. Maybe it's after this one. Draw up a plan. Yeah, another phase. How fun! How fun! How fun! So draw up. No. So now we do again a joint act, I guess. Couldn't do that one, yeah. Then I guess we go the appoint members. They have an OP bonus for compliance gain, but they are still one of the shittiest countries I've ever played. So now we appoint Zveno. Appoint plus appoint. I mean, whoever came up with this idea should go to jail. Should be forced to fight in the next war. It's crazy to think that anyone would find something like this fun. In fact, nobody finds it fun. So plus another joint and then integrate. Okay, okay. And the funny thing is, like, you need to do it like 4 times for 4 different... You don't do it... Okay, one faction, fine. No, no, you keep doing it. Wow. Which other focus trees are in that DLC? Is Greece in that? Because Byzantium is... they also add the shitty faction mechanic to Byzantium to Greece, but it's much easier to manage. But with Bulgaria, they did a really, really shitty job. Turkey? Did Turkey get... well, Bulgaria is by far the worst focus in here, focus path in here. Greece is a lot of fun. Turkey is amazing. Fascist Turkey is really fun. Although they also did the Ottoman path, which is garbage. So I guess those people didn't do a very good job. Ottoman Turkey is garbage. Bulgaria is garbage. And Byzantium Greece is fun. I haven't tried the other ones, but I think Greece is the best one of those. No! Blasphemy! Blasphemy! What are you talking about? No, wait, okay. It's fascist Turkey is amazing because you ignore all of the shit. But you're right. In that period of time, I guess they were very much into this stupid garbage, so they added some shit like this to Turkey as well. That's very true. Except with the fascist path, you completely ignore all of it. So that's why you can make Turkey fun. I wouldn't complain about long... You know, Romania has long focuses. Romania is basically only 70 days focuses, and it's by far the best of these countries. It's all about how much you enjoy spending your time picking stupid decisions. With Romania, you spend 0% of your time doing that. But fascist Turkey is very fun. You're wrong, guys. You're wrong. Joint act. Wait, I'm losing my mind here. Joint act, yeah. Then integrate. Then we have this one. Okay, now executing the plan takes 90 days, but if we seek foreign support, it's much faster, I remember, right? What's new MIO presets? Wait, what are you talking about? Are we allowed to save MIOs? Did I miss that? Yeah, I need to take both. I know. Seek 4 in support. Plus execute plan. Check the MIO. If you click on trade queue, you can save them. What? No. Wait, what? Where is it? Wait a second. We don't have any MIOs. What do you mean I can save them? No way! Finally! No! Oh my god! Stupid MIOs. I told them to do this like before they added MIOs, like immediately, day 1. Whoa. No fucking way. How did I miss this? They also... No, that's insane. Oh my god. That's fantastic. Thank you. Thank you for telling me. Well, this is awesome. Now they just need to do the same thing with the researches and the focus priorities, and then I'm happy. No, that's it, Jeremy. Yeah, no shit. Of course, queuing them up, but now you can save the queue. That's the thing, right? Because now you can do something like... The new thing should be that you can save that. If this was in the game before, I didn't know about this, but I don't think so. So now you can save the queue, so then you just reload it every time at the beginning. You don't need to queue them again. That's the big news. Well, revolutionary. Okay, boys, but let's go back here. I can pick... Wait. But I need to wait for this one first. No, that's not true. And at least for each country, you just do it once, and then you keep it saved. I still hate MIOs, but let's integrate. I wait for this one and then pick execute plan. Ah, both, huh? I like to build to buff tanks and ships. Before MIOs, we had stuff that buffed tanks and ships. It just was not that annoying to pick. Okay, let me test this. So if I pick this one takes 90 days, but after this one it becomes shorter. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Boys, we're all... It seems unbelievable, but we can maybe even start playing. Can you believe that? We can maybe play now. Maybe. No, actually, that's not true. We still have a lot of decisions to pick. So now we have a bit of an issue with what? Yeah, 10 days. So... No, but then there is 1 billion more buttons to play in here. Now, the question is, do we skip one focus here? Do we not pick a focus? What do you think? If we pick one, it needs to be a 35 days one. Otherwise, we waste too much time. But I think we may skip one focus and waste 10 days and then pick this one a bit faster. I think it's better. If there is a fast one... Yeah, this one is fast, I guess. And maybe... No, these ones are not fast. So either we pick this one or we skip one focus. I think we skip one focus. Very OP focus. There is Bulgaria on the 3 seas gives you free dockyard on every coastal state which already have a dockyard. That's interesting. I'm from Brazil and I really enjoy. Oh, thank you so much. I love Brazil. You're supposed to do one of the 2 mutually exclusive focuses at the top at the start of the game. It speeds things up tremendously. What? Which one? What are you talking? These 2? Is this what you're referring to? And why does it speed up things? But I don't want to repress the national social movement. That's another thing to take care of. And this cooperate with them means I have another one to cooperate with. Now the weekly manpower is nice. Yeah, it adds one more faction to this one. Oh, please, no. No. Yeah, you either need to destroy one more faction or integrate one more faction. So this one doesn't give you anything good. This one gives you manpower, which is very, very nice. Probably will never have manpower in this run, but... and now that they even ruined the Desperate Defense, how fun. What do you mean saves one decision? It looks like it adds one decision. Which decision does it save? I don't understand. Either way, we skip one focus now. Let's continue. Until the dude is dead. Hopefully he's dead immediately after 20 days. Let's see. Because 10 days we can store. 3, 2, 1. Okay, he's dead, motherfucker. Now we can pick the return of Tsar. Yeah, definitely it's better to wait here. Okay. Decisions to increase loyalty because... no, man, it increases the loyalty with the National Social Movement, but the National Social Movement is a movement that we are not interacting with at all. We are completely ignoring it and it will just disappear. So we actually don't need to interact with it. What it would speed up a little bit is the fact that it decreases the loyalty of the 2 factions we are destroying by 5. So that's possibly one less decision to pick. But at the same time, it's another 35 days focus. No, this is 70. This is 70 days. No way. It's way too long. Way too long. We need to rush this. The absolute priority is to rush this one. So we cannot spend any... 35 days would be okay, maybe. But then it gives loyalty to the factions that you want to destroy. So, no. Okay, now we need to wait until we get a bunch more decisions, but maybe I should make a save. You're right. I need popularity, so it doesn't even help in that sense. It helps if you want to integrate the Socialist and the Agrarian Union, this one, and this one helps integrate the National Social Movement. No, war economy, no, because we are non-aligned, so we'll never be able to go war economy. We could go partial mob, but I don't think we can spare the... So we don't have factories yet, so we can ignore it. Probably. Yeah, so now it's gone. The stupid shitty system is gone forever and we can forget about it. So now we need to focus on this thing here and we need to figure out how much political power we need for this and... yeah, I agree. Now we need to make a save because we'll need to set up things. We can also spam a bit more of this stuff. I don't know if it's needed, but we can definitely do it. Probably it's useless though. But I don't think we waste anything on doing this. 5 factor, is it? Okay, let me test. Let me test that. So we have currently 6 factories building. Let's go to partial mob. Yeah, we gain 1 factory if you do that. In 1 factory, and you do gain the speed, construction speed on factories, which I guess it's okay. It's okay if we build in here. If we can afford it, I will do it, but there are bigger priorities. Balkanizing, taking these puppets is much more important. That's a lot more factories. Okay. We just don't have factories, man. It's not like they will magically appear. It's 1 factory from switching. Exactly, no point. I agree with Vades. There is no point doing it now. Unless we have the spare if we have nothing else to do with the political power, then absolutely yes. I just need to figure out how much I need for the next thing. There is also some fairly decent advisors, I guess. Not really, but this one is, I guess, alright in terms of research speed, since we're on free trade. This is not bad. But again, the priority is the other shit. So you were saying put your spy on Diplo with Romania. Technocrat is good, yeah, but again, it's good, but yeah. So, let me see here. And deploy 30 spam. We don't need guns. We have plenty of guns. We have too many guns. In fact, we should probably build something else. Building sieves, yeah, but you get, you know, Bulgaria is shit. What you get from puppets here. You get everything from puppets. At the beginning, you don't need guns because you cannot use them, because you cannot recruit anything. With the limitations, you cannot change the template, you cannot recruit anything. By the time you can recruit, you get the guns to recruit, so that's fine. Okay, let's move on. So you were saying a spy on Romania. Well, we can do that, yeah. Did I do it already? No. Would you start improving relations already? Is Romania already changing the government? They are changing the government. And with improved relations, we can also get a non-aggression pact. So Yugoslavia should be fine. I think Turkey and Romania may be the tricky ones. If we have a double spy, we can spy on Turkey. For double pressure and maybe a double non-aggression pact. We can get both non-aggression pacts very easily, I think. Let me try that. And... yeah, we'll get Albania before Italy annexes them, if you want to be at war with Italy, that is. And probably we want to be at war with Italy. By the way, if you don't want to be at war with Italy, you can also get a non-aggression pact with Italy, and then they will not attack you. But I think we want to be at war with Italy, so probably we're not going to do that. Okay, let's continue until at least until we get to the focus in question. So here is our dear Ferdinand I. Now we can go for the fate of the Balkans. 35 days, okay. Yugo, Greece, Turkey, Romania. Well, with Yugo we already have the non-aggression pact, but why wouldn't you get the non-aggression pact? So if you have the spy, I think that's free. You had 92. Well, I have 90. Pretty much the same. We could be making a couple more, I guess. I stopped, but technically you can make another 10 actually. Yeah, let's make another 10. It's another 40 spam. I don't know. I think getting the non-aggression pact with all of them could be convenient, and since we have the spies, I don't see the reason not to do it. But then I would follow the same order as you did. So we probably would do Yugoslavia, Greece, where you said Yugo, Greece, Turkey, Romania. Albania probably accepts anyway. Because you don't do the influencing, right? Hungary you cannot get. But Hungary you can justify, I forgot. Wait. When did we become able to justify? Just now? Or was it before? I think it's with this focus that we can justify with the return of that's yeah, we should justify immediately. Why so late? No, I think we can justify now on Hungary. There's no reason not to justify now. It's only 28 political power. I think we can do that. So on Ferdinand, the return. We move on to the second page of the spreadsheet here. No, they will not get guaranteed because I didn't generate any war tension, so they cannot get guaranteed. Can justify on Hungary, no problem. Yeah, but now the big question is about the improved relations and how much of it we need, and I think we definitely need it. So with Greece, if we also want the non-aggression pact, which boosts stuff a little bit, we also need the spy. And this guy definitely... These people hate us the most, so maybe that's not needed. Let's try... Let's make another save here. Let's try to improve relations with Greece, Turkey, Romania. And let's see how it goes this way. Now we also need to figure out the technology here. We are about to get the artillery, so the timing is pretty much good. I think we need to improve infantry equip most likely. Yeah, this is still a bit early, so infantry equip up. You do get some cores at some point, yeah. The territory from Czechoslovakia, nah, I don't care. Prefer to get them earlier, I think. Now I can already get a non-aggression pact with Greece and we'll be with Turkey, and we'll be able to get one with Romania as well. With Greece, unfortunately, we cannot get one without the Diplo pressure, but we can probably get the Diplo pressure now. Let me try that. And we can also get it with Albania. God damn it. Yeah, we still go construction up here. Do I need that shield? I already have it. Okay, so now we get this stuff here. So you don't do the influence, if I understood correctly. You just usually go straight for the ultimatum with ignoring the influence. So I guess we're going to do the same thing. So you start with Yugo. Let me try. They join, okay. Wait, so you also subjugate them immediately? No, it doesn't scale with Spy Network. Oh, I see the order, okay. So subjugate. Okay, then request forces. And I, by the way, forgot to deploy these ones. Then you do Greece. Now, I think we can easily have the non-aggression pact in case it's needed, but okay. They accept. Subjugate Greece. They accept. Then you do Turkey. Accept, subjugate, they accept. And then you do Romania. Or do you do... When do you do Albania? Do you do Albania last? Albania likes us. Not Romania. Last or Albania last? Yeah, by the way, this was the answer to political power. We don't have any spare political power at all. And also the answer to how much it's worth doing this rather than switching to partial mob. I mean, I'm pretty sure this is not updated yet, but this is significantly more important than switching the economy law. Albania is optional, but if you pick them, then Italy will declare war on you, which I think it's a bit better. Okay, we'll need to test this a couple of times, I would say, to see if it is consistent enough. I believe in this case it's not seeded in the run, so reloading should change the outcome, potentially. And we do support weapons up. And then, by the way, we also need to adjust the production at some point. In this case, we now can definitely make the tanks, but I think it's a bit late. So I think we need to do a 2-4. Yeah, this stupid... the system to save designs is a very cool idea in theory. In practice, yeah. It would be much better if they allowed you to load the design even if it's not exactly the same. I think it's the radio that doesn't allow me to save it, because usually I have radio 2 at this point, so I cannot load the one I saved. It's very annoying. What about Romania? Romania is our puppet. I need to check some stuff now. Yeah. It's all good. It's all good. We got everyone. So now it would be time to bring back this stuff, which, however, increases their autonomy a lot, which is very annoying. Why don't I get their factories yet? They are... What kind of puppets are they? They're just puppets. So they would need to be integrated puppets, because just puppets don't give me anything, right? I mean, they give me trade, but they don't give me factories. So the factory thing is still a bit of a problem. It's because we are not. It's because we are not fascist. Sadly. Minus 150 autonomy. Because influence. Because influence now reduces. Okay, I see. I think picking all of the influence exactly at the same time could be a good idea, because I don't think it gets cancelled, this one. Maybe it does, though. I need to check. 30, 60, 75. We need 75. Yep. No, still no, because taking them early is important, I think. But now it would start to be a priority. Now we have some infrastructures, but... Yeah, I don't know. This stuff is only useful for the stuff we need to take. So I guess only Yugoslavia. Also, you don't core all of this stuff. Which stuff do you core and which one do you not core? You find out from here, I think, right? Macedonia, southern Serbia, northern Dobruja, and Dobruja. Dobruja, Macedonia, southern Serbia, and northern Dobruja. I don't think you core everything. I'm pretty sure you don't core certain stuff. I don't think you core Macedonia. Okay, let me do something here, because I want to check that stuff. So let's take everything. Mostly the annoying thing will be the other one, but I'll reload anyway, because I wanted to test how consistent that is. So with this, and then you take that one back as well. And that's all you can take back. Correct? Seems correct. And if you want to prevent them from becoming colonies, you also need to influence them, I think, once, which is okay. Wait, Greece? Greece too. So if you want to take the stuff back, you need to influence Yugoslavia, Greece, and Romania once. Which is okay, I would say. Yeah, let me see. Because then you go for this super long one. By the way, here we are about to get the claim. And I'll just quickly take them down just to test. Yeah, this will take forever. I guess we could use console commands to instantly complete the focus. Do we also get some planes from these puppets? No, because we didn't annex them. Okay. So you say you do the influence. The influence, can you do it more than once?
Готовы за движение!
Now from Hungary you start to get some decent factories for sure. So I would say Hungary is definitely a priority. Now we have the factories. Also we may have gotten some from this stuff as well, but you should go after Prussia of the Balkans after doing national propaganda. Let me see. Where is Prussia of the Balkans? Oh. Does that do? Justify war goal time is nice. So for this one, what do you need though? You need this. You need. Well, there is one research slot in there. These are all pretty long focuses, but I guess you can. Okay, let me see first of all the coring, because that's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see how much we gain in terms of cores from here, but I do agree it doesn't look like particularly worth it at the moment. So you can probably focus on annexing Yugoslavia, because Yugoslavia is a pain in the ass if you don't annex them. Then I also want to check when Italy is attacking us, but I think I have it written down here. No, I didn't write it down here. Italy war for Albania and join Axis in May 1939. We actually do have some time here. Yeah, definitely partial mode I would say is now is a priority, but all I want to see now is this thing, then we're going to reload. So, is it after the Munich agreement? What would Hungary gain? That's another thing I want to see. Hungary would get this thing here if I delayed it. I'm not a big fan of delaying it, but is it just this province here that they would get, or also something in here? Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Okay, but now, so we completed the focus. So let's see what happened to the land like Dobruja. Okay, let's give it some time. Okay, now it's a core state. So this one is a core state. 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 You were right. No, these ones are not core states. So you don't get the stuff in Greece as a core state. You get Macedonia, yes. Macedonia, southern Serbia, Dobruja and northern Dobruja. These are the only ones that become cores. These ones do not become cores. Revenger, I just came here. By any chance, do you do the trick where you spam a lot of cavalry to make the AI think you have a big army, which makes them get puppeted by you. Yes, but not cavalry. It's better to do it with infantry. Infantry is cheaper than cavalry, but yeah. We are using a two-wid spam for this strategy. And since Bulgaria is garbage, I don't feel bad about doing that. So, I definitely taking this stuff from Greece is not worth it in terms of pouring it, although there is a shitload of civilian factories in here. And you do get the compliance very high, so I guess it's still worth it. You get the compliance very high, but a bit later, right? You get it with... This is the insane compliance one, I think. Daily compliance. So this gives you a lot of stability, compliance, and political power. However, stability is doing great. Political power, we are probably okay at that point. And the daily compliance is only useful when you occupy something, which at this point we don't occupy. And then you get it as a decision, but only when you have enough compliance. Yes, okay. So then with the next focus, eventually you get to reintegrate them, but yeah. But not right away. So again, the idea is this focus takes forever. So that's why you were saying like maybe this is not the biggest priority. So instead of going for this one that takes forever, you would say, let's go down these ones. Let me take a look at these ones again. Infantry weapons, support artillery, then we probably should have timed it a bit differently. No, infantry weapons though we can use for the improved guns. I didn't pick them now, but maybe we can time it correctly. Another infantry weapon and support technology, maybe we can use it for the support thing. But okay, then the military factory is okay. This one we don't need. We need this one. The land doctrine discount is nice. The recruitable population factor is nice. It adds limited conscription, and I'm pretty sure this is the type of thing that if you are on limited conscription, adds extensive conscription. Let me see. No. It doesn't. It doesn't, but it's a useful switch to limited conscription for free, okay. Then we get a research slot, which we very much need, plus more discounts, more military factories, and then this stuff here, which is indeed very nice. Plus the recruitable population, so this should fix the population problem. So, Evades, you would say after that you go for this stuff here, and in the meantime you focus on annexing Yugoslavia, and then later on you go for these two here, and maybe this one too. This is very nice though. Three sieves, 2 meals. Not bad. Yeah, that's the one we skipped earlier, to be honest. And yeah, you're right, it's not bad. Yeah, there is too much stuff at this point to take. Yeah, the industrial one has the production efficiency stuff, which is nice. There is another research slot in there. Efficiency cap and growth is very nice, but you first need to have something to produce. Oh, this is very nice. Yeah, you'd go this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. That's also very good. So this stuff is very good. No, I'm now thinking about the National Military Academy. I'm wondering if it's better to pick it when we avoided. You want to check this one too? This one doesn't seem as good. No. On the right side, you meant probably this one and then this one, yeah. In that case, yes. No, I'm considering whether we should pick this focus earlier then. Because 10% extra army experience, the earlier you get, instead of skipping one focus to rush this one, maybe it's okay to pick that one in between. In the end, the difference is you get these 25 days later, I think. Because 10 days were being wasted. Or maybe 35 days later, I don't know. But in any case, it's not that big of a delay. Yeah, okay. I need to test a couple more things. So let's go back to... Which one were we testing more? Maybe this one is better. Yeah, the compliance thing is OP, but for it we need to take some land. And Bulgaria still has manpower issues maybe at some point, I'm not entirely sure. But okay, so this was the when peaking fate of the Balkans, where I wanted to test the relations. I forgot if we got a non-aggression pact with Greece in the end. I think we didn't get the non-aggression pact with Greece, right? But we can easily get Turkey and Romania, which should be the difficult ones. Yeah, I also need to write it down on the spreadsheet now. Rush the Turkey. No, So this is incredibly OP, but you need to occupy some land for it to be OP, otherwise it's not very useful. And if you don't occupy land, it's useless. I don't think we'll get to occupy land in time. So it's true that we have some time before that, while we annex Yugoslavia. Then maybe after annexing Yugoslavia, it starts being valuable because you get the compliance from Yugoslavia, and you can also go to harsh quotas. So in Yugoslavia, you get value. Yeah, but I use the PP to get this stuff here, which we are probably not going to get. And there is well, in any case, we need to test it. We need to test it. Now, it's too late to pick the army one, so that will have to be for the next time. Now I need to write down the improve relations and what is needed. I don't think Yugoslavia is needed. We can probably do Greece, Turkey, and Romania, plus the non-aggression pact with Turkey and Romania, not with Greece. So let me try that and see how it goes. So pressure, rail plus pressure. Oh, okay. No. Rail plus non-aggression. And we also do a rail grey. Let's try that. So rail grey. Turkey. Romania. And we ignore the other ones. Now, this was when I started the justification. I'll try to wait and see if it's worth waiting, and how much later we get it if we wait. But I don't think it's worth waiting. Now, here there is probably nothing. And this one may be good in terms of both resources and factories, but you also get it a bit later, so I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, I'm going to ignore this stuff, the research stuff for now. We focus on this, only on this. Non-aggression pact. Aggression pact. Fate of the Balkans. Then I need to write this down too. So it is ultimatum, subjugate, ultimatum, then subjugate, then take army, request forces. Okay, so we do Jug greater Rom Alb. Jug greater Rom Alb. I'd say it seems fairly decent. Oh! Albania can refuse, it seems. Which wouldn't be a big problem, except they are guaranteed by Italy. So... was this just by... if it is Albania that refuses, I guess it's not that big of a deal. But I wonder how consistent the other ones are. Let's go back to this one. Try a few times. His part so far seems pretty consistent. And Albania seems to consistently refuse. I forgot Romania. No, I did take all of the divisions. Yeah, I took all of the puppets. No, Albania tends sometimes to refuse. Now I wonder if it's useful in any way to get a non-aggression pact with them. I was diplomatic pressuring them? I was. You improve relations with all of them. Let's see. Let's do another test. But Yugoslavia too? I think Italy guarantees them very early. I don't think there is any way to get out of the guarantee from Italy. I think Yugoslavia doesn't probably need the improved relations. Yeah, but earlier they didn't refuse. And this is the in any case, this is the fastest we can get to this. For there is no. This is when we also skipped on this one. So there is no way to get here faster than we did. This is the fastest possible way to rush this. So if they are guaranteed now, there is nothing we can do about it. They don't lose the guarantee. So. I guess. Well, okay, let's try with everybody then. No, but we don't have enough political power if we do it with everybody to do it at the same time. Still pretty sure that Albania and Turkey are the most important ones. If anything, we can delay a little bit Romania. That's something we can do. I forgot about this. Well, this gives us some political power if we do it a bit later. Still cannot get an aggression pact without but we can get it with them a bit earlier, and then they don't need the diplomatic pressure anymore. Let's see if relations and a non-aggression pact help here. Yeah, the thing about putting the army on the border, I always thought about it as having some kind of impact, but I could never prove it has any impact. But I guess we can do it this way. So we go for relations for sure. Okay, so the idea is pressure Romania, Turkey. Wait, this is no, yeah, this is correct. Pressure Romania, Turkey, Romania and Turkey. Then relations plus non-aggression pact with them. Okay. Wait a second. Let me write it down a bit better. Pressure plus relation plus non-aggression with Rome. Then relation with Greece, and then Greece and Alb, and then as soon as possible pressure plus non-aggression pact with Alb, and then ultimatum and subjugating the order. Okay, we got it. I think we got it down correct. I think we are doing. I think we're doing okay. Okay, now I want to test the Hungary thing. You said in November, to justify them in November. Let's see. So I'll ignore that for now. But you can probably justify them a bit earlier because the justification doesn't expire for 3 months. But let me see. It's many, many months later. This must be considered like... True that you may get a little bit more, but you do get it a bit later. So this is the first Vienna word, okay.
So our Prime Minister has come back from his third and greatest journey, and he said
that the settlement of the Czechoslovakian problem, which has now been achieved, is, in my view, only
Wait, they already got the stuff. Why don't we get them now?
larger settlement in which all Europe
They will get this stuff here, you're saying, right? I think the perfect balance would be to get them now, maybe.
had another talk
It was still a bit late, but
Chancellor Herr Hitler. Here is the statement
I have to wait if I want to take more stuff. But how much more stuff is that?
upon it, as well as mine. Some of you perhaps have already heard what it contains, but I would just like to read it to you. We, the German Führer and Chancellor, and the British Prime Minister have had a further meeting today and are agreed.
No, getting them now may be a decent balance of the two things, but let's see.
It is of the first importance for the two countries.
This is not even a core state, by the way, for Hungary. It's occupied.
Last night, and the Anglo-German naval agreement as symbolic of the
Yeah, that's where we get fascists.
never
I
to
see.
go to war with one another again.
Can you counter the fascists entirely with anti-fascist raids? No,
Consultation shall be the method adopted.
partially.
Any other questions that may concern our two countries, and we are determined to continue our efforts to remove possible sources of difference and thus contribute to assure the peace of Europe.
Wait, so we need to wait a little bit longer, though, right? That's the one. So they also took that stuff. Okay, let's go and see if it's worth it.
Da!
Ah,
Заповеди, командире! Продължавайте напред! Продължавайте атаката!
so here you get absolutely nothing. You get 3 civilian factories and the resources. This one is completely useless, I would say. This one is not completely useless, but I don't know if it's worth waiting that much longer. Do we have a... Yeah, steel is very useful for us. Ah, by the way, resource rights and war reparations. It's not always... Yeah, but you don't need to call Romania into the war, so you don't need the buffer state. I mean, we are already plenty shielded, I would say. No, definitely we're not going to wait for this one. No, I need to check for this one. This one may be worth waiting for. Let me see. Because I forgot what was it, the timing. So let me see if I justify on them now. No. Yeah, we would get the claim around August, but if I remember correctly, it was around November that they got that state. 3 months for 3 civs and the resources. Let me consider it a bit. Yeah, I think they got this stuff in somewhere in November, maybe like 19th of November, I think. Now, being on free trade means getting resource rights from puppets, though you don't see those resources, which is a little bit painful. So it's better to import from them rather than getting resource rights. But the war reparations is still an additional 3 sieves that come a little bit later. In terms of shielding, this doesn't change anything. But it may be... Well, here we get 23 still. Maybe one of the few places where we get chromium. No, I think Yugoslavia has some chromium. Yugoslavia has plenty of chromium. So chromium we don't particularly need. It's the 19 steel that we can consider. We have nothing. Well, we can probably see it from here if we go into trade subjects and take. Yeah, this is before puppeting them. Well, I guess we do it again. Just. Okay, we already got a non-aggression pact. We already got the spy there. We didn't improve relations with... no, we did. Okay. It's always useful to test this one more time. I'd say definitely, even if you're playing Iron Man, here you want to make a backup save. Just because you never want to do the shitty faction thing ever again in your life. Okay. Okay, that's very good. No, we did get some factories though at some point. So I was wrong. We're getting factories from them. We're actually getting a lot of factories from them. I don't know why it was bugged earlier. It didn't give us the factories, but there are factories. I guess actually, since the primary goal would be next primary goal would be to annex Yugoslavia, we would want to build in Yugoslavia. Even though they have 60%, not 80%, I think it's still worth it. As I knew you'd pick influence the Yugoslavian government. Let's see, because these maybe... Oh no, I already spent the justification cost on Hungary once. By the way, let's check a bit, and also if we pick this focus, we would be late, like 1 month late, which could time quite well with that, honestly. Yeah, but didn't we say that we prefer to delay this one? I need to think about it. I need to think about it because... okay, so this is the equivalent of 2 focuses, basically. Haha, nice. Good morning. That's a bit old. Cass got nerfed, but anti-air also got nerfed. So the two things should more or less balance each other off. But yeah, Cass is nerfed in general, yes. I also wanted to test one thing. How much manpower do we actually have available at this point?
Внимание!
Because now it's more or less the time where we would be designing some divisions. Wow, well, that's not a lot of manpower. Don't we have mountaineers? I kind of remember having mountaineers. We do, but we don't have a template for them. Okay. That's a bit sad. And also, do we have any advisor for discounts? Yeah, we do have the usual one. But I think I'm leaning to special forces here. We went all in on special forces, we could get to this one. Let me try. No, but we cannot deploy any of them because we don't have an army. Maybe we can make some. Well, we could mix them. We could do a mix with infantry, most likely. Maybe mix them evenly, something like this. Something like this, we could be making 6 of them. That probably will later increase. The goal may be to get to something like 12 of them. I don't want to use the cheese, the special forces cap cheese though. But I think this can be fine anyway. Let me try. Yeah, then of course we would need to make the tank, which I'm going to take a break soon, guys. I don't think we'll finish it today because there is too much stuff, and I need to optimize a little bit of things before. But I definitely want to see the timing on this claim. So in terms of divisions to hold the line, I don't think we have any problems. We just need pushing divisions. We just need 10, 12 of them, and I'm happy. And we'll just use these ones to hold the line. 12 armored divisions with mountaineers are plenty to defeat the Axis. It's okay. With logistical focus, grand battle plan, and get a bit more tip of the spear, I mean. October we get the claim, it's still a bit early. Then here we could start recruiting them. Then of course we need to add the tanks, which we now don't have. Now let's see when we get that. I need to at least write it down. No, that's it. That's actually October. That's actually early October. So this is basically perfectly timed. We want the claim in October. And I think we'll get the claim in October.
Greatest journey. And he said,
With the settlement of the Czechoslovakian problem, which has now been achieved, is, in my view, only the prelude to a larger
October 38, we get the claim. Okay.
which all Europe
And then we just go after them. And then we got time until May 39 to prepare our army, annex Yugoslavia. That would be the next step.
Продолжайте напред!
his name as well as mine.
Нап! Готови!
No, we don't get that. Huh?
Prime Minister have had a further meeting
Huh?
today, nor agreed in recognizing that the question of Anglo-German relations is of
Wait a second. Why?
countries for Europe.
How did it magically go back to How did it magically go back to Czechoslovakia?
as symbolic of the desire of our two peoples never to go to war with one another again.
Wait, no. Wait a second. Am I really losing it that much?
Resolved that the method of consultation shall be the
I am.
method of to deal with any other
Yeah, I need a break. Ah, it's too late.
Внимание!
And if I'm at... Ah, okay, the game also decided it's time to take a break. By the way, it's a lot more unstable after the latest patch I found. I have a lot more crashes. Navy is what breaks it the most. Every time you open the results of a naval battle, it destroys the whole thing. Yo, what's up?
Я ж те улову!
If I wait, does it work? Let's see. Ah, okay. No, okay. No loading that save. That save, no. That's it. That's it for that save. We need to get partial mob in at some point though. That's the thing. I think after getting the puppet, maybe it should be the next priority as we influence Yugoslavia to decrease their autonomy a bit. But I'm pretty happy with almost everything else we got to this point. One thing that I am a bit in doubt about is maybe we could be building civilian factories at the beginning of the run, but I'm not sure because we get a lot from the puppets, so I don't know. That's one of the doubts I have. We also don't absolutely need the 2 spies, but I think they could be convenient, and maybe we can get a collaboration government in Germany, which could help later on. So I think the double spy is not a bad idea early in the run. This part of the run, the next part of the run must be set up, and that should be for the next live stream. But I am a bit worried about doing this, but I think we need to restart the run to fix the little bit the few changes we decided to make, including adding this one in. It's not fundamental, it's not a big difference, but I think I want to add it in. And I want to have the run set up at this point, but basically perfectly. So the next time we continue from here, we don't start from the beginning. First part of the run should be pretty much alright at this point. So yeah, I'll do that. I also want to see how long it takes when I know what to do, and it doesn't take forever, hopefully. Yeah, Jeremy, okay, let's consider that. Let's think about it a bit. Now, the big issue with infrastructures, as you can see, is that we need a lot of infrastructures. We have no resources. So if you build infrastructures in here, you get 1 aluminum. Doesn't seem worth it. In here you get 1 coal. Doesn't seem worth it. For like 3 infrastructures. And in here you get 1 building slot. So it doesn't seem worth it. And in here you have 2 building slots. It still doesn't seem worth it. Even though later on with concentrated you get a bit more. So in the end you maybe build a total of like 3 military factories in here, maybe 4 in here. Yeah, but I don't think you'll ever build in Bulgaria. I think the rest of the run will spend it entirely building in our puppets because they're just better. Because Bulgaria sucks. So I don't think we can particularly use that. Your first industrial focus adds infrastructure to the first industrial focus being this one here. Yeah. Yeah, which you probably don't need. So it's either civilian factories or military factories from the beginning. And they both get the full maluses from being on civilian economy. And the reason to build civilian is, yeah, early on it's slightly better, but you get a lot more civilian than military from your puppets later on. You mean a facility? A land warfare facility. Yeah. So in this run, if we are going to use mountaineers, I think we are going to use mountaineers. We can use both the assault engineers and the flame tank. They're very cheap, Jeremy. The flame tanks and assault engineers is just like 2 military factories total. You don't need a big industry for that. Yeah, but the thing is, no, it's actually the same as a civilian factory. Yeah? Civilian factory is 10,800. This one is 12,000. It's basically the same amount. The thing is, usually building one early is not particularly convenient. We don't have the political power to spare for the scientist, most likely, even though it's just 25. But I guess it can speed up a little bit some things, maybe. I mean, look at this shitty building again. Yeah, right, these shitty buildings, you cannot even build them. They are so shitty. The resource cost for... the resource gain one is okay later on when you get only in certain provinces that you have absolutely no tooltip identifying. So it's incredibly fun. You need to go around, look up provinces, figure out whether it's convenient or not. I don't know. They just should have never had that shitty call and never nerfed the infrastructures, because don't forget that this comes after nerfing infrastructures. We didn't need this shit when we had the regular infrastructures. So just remove this shit and go back to the previous version, which was much better. So you say only one spy. Only one spy is okay, probably. If we time it right, we get the non-aggression in Turkey, then Romania, then Greece. I don't think we need 2 spies, but 2 spies are useful to get the collabs in Germany. Though it is true that these meals early on are not super helpful. I don't know, the assault engineers shouldn't be that expensive. We can give it a go. But yeah, generally speaking, I'm also not super excited about the land warfare facility, but nothing seems particularly good right now. Infrastructures are useless. One more sieve, which is probably what we're going to get. It's not super helpful either. And the meals mean having a lot more guns, a bit more guns. Okay, the shitty faction tab thing. Yeah. Well, okay, let's try this and see if we can get any value out of it. And then Yeah, but it doesn't really snowball when you don't use them because you get them all from your puppets. The puppets are making the industry here, so you may have too many. That's why you don't usually build civilian factories early on in single player. If it's not a long run. So the thing is, we don't have let me check one thing here. Yeah, you should also consider that this one has the minus 30% from civilian economy. This doesn't have any maluses, so probably build it faster. No, that's not true, Jeremy. We were wrong, or the game didn't update. You actually get the civs right away. We had like 30 civs for buildings after in the last save when I reloaded. So it's probably the game was not updating, but you do get them. That was before Hungary. So maybe something like this. I don't know. Earlier we had too many guns. Do we have aluminum, by the way? If we have aluminum and we can produce a bit more... Yeah, we could be doing something like this. Wait a second. Okay, I think I changed my mind again here. Getting the facility that early doesn't make sense, I agree with you. Because you would get the special projects way earlier than you can actually use them. And you're right that they cost some resources that we wouldn't be willing to invest anyway. Convoys are not a bad idea, because convoys can be used to... Convoys can be used to decrease the autonomy of puppets, so that's not a bad idea. The dockyard, does it have the same malus as the other stuff or not? No, it doesn't. Actually, the dockyard may not be a bad idea, but can we use it? Or with the limitations we cannot do shit? We cannot produce ships, but I don't know if convoys count as ships or not. Because if you cannot use it, yeah, it doesn't. So from that point of view, but do you need naval research to make convoys? You probably do. Or do you not? Convoys only, yeah. Convoys only is okay. I would be happy with convoys only. Yeah, I would never research garbage navy. Yeah, let's test it. Now we do it like this though. Yo, where's my... Oh. Yeah, we can make convoys. I don't dislike this at all. Okay, so, but I still would not probably build more than one. Or would we build more than one? We could build two of them, actually. We could build two of them and then go straight for... at this point, I would still say military factories, just one. Two is also okay because you don't get the malus, so you probably get them quite fast. And having a lot of convoys could really help with... it's not the trade, the main thing is puppets. It really helps with puppets. Okay, let's go with two now. Let's go with two. And I will also go with two on support equip. And so let me change this thing a little bit. You guys have no idea how happy I am that I need to do the whole thing again now. So sub 2 in full, let's do that.
Mirno!
Yeah, something like this. I'm happy, and I'm getting the agency, then we get the diplo up, and that's it. Okay, okay, okay. Let's save this as a new starter. Let's go. Well, let's see if we can do this fairly smoothly and fast now that I have everything written down properly. So, diplo up. I need to write down one thing though. No. Wait, this is wrong. This is wrong. I think I left it there, but it's not what we want. Okay. It's the tank that we were doing. You start with trains, yes, but I don't know if we will need trains or not after taking the puppets. Getting 1 mil on trains early on may be a good idea though, if we need trains, that's true. And maybe 2 on support equip is actually an overkill, so that's something to check. We could do 1 train, 1 support, 1 infantry. That could be another option for sure. Did I get the wrong one? I did. I did. Oh. No. That's all. Trucks, which we don't have rubber for, so I wouldn't go for trucks. Civilian train is the only thing. Will be under red air, most definitely, yes. So for which later on may be a good idea. Well, we will need some anti-air at some point. Okay, actually, let me change something. I don't know if we need the trains, but let's try. Also, trains can be used similarly to dockyards, to convoys to decrease autonomy, so it makes sense to produce some trains. This could make the most sense out of what we have been doing so far. Yeah, but that we will fix with armor. We'll use special forces with armor, and that should fix the issue. Oh my god, boys. No, it's okay. It's the correct one. Discredit 3 times. Okay. Ban. Prison raid destroy. So we put in an anti-air now. Let's see if we have the military factories to produce it. We actually don't. We're building one in a bit though. And if we remove the trains, we may have them. And I'm not entirely sure we need the trains, so that's something we'll figure out a bit later. So now I was going for support weapons one, which you don't actually need that much. If we put 1 mil on anti-air early, maybe we don't need to worry about it. Let's put it in. And we also do the support weapons or the radio, probably the support weapons. Ah, box.
Gotovi!
Yeah, because of the fact that we have less factories, I can make less of these divisions. That's because of the trains, mainly, because I don't think the dockyard has much of an impact on it. May not be a big issue, because the main limitation was manpower, I think. So I think we can do only... Let's try. Let's do... Let's do 45 of them. And then another 45 later, maybe. But first we need to do the other thing, actually. And we don't have enough for 45. We need to do 40. That train is costing us dearly.
Готові!
Ah, fuck, it's the wrong one. Fuck's sake. Stupid country.
Готові!
Okay, now it's the time where we would pick free trade, and I think we will pick it right away. That's because of free trade, and we are going to ignore it. Oh, thank you, man. As you can tell, right here, it's a lot of work, especially with bad countries like this one. So there we are. Oh. This should be okay. We didn't get this before, but it should be okay. Okay, the timing here is still correct. Ah, this is fucking free trade annoying. That's a bit annoying. Buongiorno, ragazzi, per il video. Oh, thank you so much, De Crescenzo. Thank you so much. Yeah, but we do end up with a deficit that we wouldn't otherwise have, so that means we lose a bit of efficiency, but we probably still get more from we do get more from free trade, so it's fine. It's just annoying because I don't like this icon up here. Okay, so here is where we make one of the changes and we go for the National Military Academy. fucking pain in the ass is this country. Okay. I'm so happy to play Bulgaria. I'll have to find a tier 4 member who requested this and remove his membership. I'm kidding, of course. I'm always very grateful. So, just taking a look at the timing here a little bit, because to build up the non-aggression packs, no, we only have one spy, so we need a little bit more time, I think. So I think it wouldn't be a crime to start improving relations now, rather than wait for the next focus, 35 days, so we do it a bit earlier. I think it's better. Yeah, that definitely we have less divisions than before because of the changes we made. Biggest change being the trains, actually. So we can only spawn another 30. That's 70 instead of 92. That's actually a pretty big difference. So I don't know if I want the trains, honestly, but okay. Either way, 30 is what we can afford right now. And if we didn't build trains, we would be fine, probably. I don't think the dockyard shouldn't make that much of a difference. Anyway, how many? The convoys, I guess we built a little bit of them. Maybe we had enough for a few more. Yeah, we can probably do another 10. We'll probably do 40. Also timing for our claim on Hungary. So we said we want it in October. We want it in October. How many months is 140 days? Like 2 months, 4 months, 5 months, kind of. I think we can start the justification basically immediately. Probably because it lasts for a bit too. Really right after the fate of the Balkans. Let's see if that's good. Yeah, okay, we could spam more of these guys now, so that's no problem. No problem with the trains. That's okay. How many is these? 20, 70, 80, 90. Okay, so we had 40 before. 50. Now the deficit is a bit bigger, but it goes to convoys, which we don't particularly care about. Yeah, it's okay, it's okay. Now the deficit in steel counters... yeah, I don't know, because that's the production efficiency though. In terms of output, the free trade makes up for it. I don't know about the production efficiency.
Внимание!
You agree? Okay.
Заповеди, командире!
Good. Yeah, I think we can start the justification as soon as we get the political power for it. 20 more political power. And then we're good. And no, and then we want to build... okay. Oh, Professor Gray, welcome back to Tier 4. You know, you're already at Tier 4, but... yeah, so now we would also pick influence the Yugoslavian government as a priority, and we want to build in Yugoslavia, but I think it's a good time to make a save because this is where we basically start the next time. Boys, I need a break. Definitely need a break here. Oh. Request their forces and their forces. Pretty sure we could have deployed these ones if I recruited them in time, but in any case, pretty much we are there. But now we definitely need to adjust the production, so there is that to fix. We need to adjust trade. We need to understand exactly how to prioritize our next targets, which is going to be certainly Hungary, and then we just need to get ready for the war with Italy and Germany. But I need some time to think about that. Probably the next live session will be dedicated entirely to that. I don't know if I feel like doing it tomorrow or if I have time. Yeah, no, I already made the save. But yeah, for today, my brain is melting. So it's time to take. It's definitely time to take a break and play some Neo and kick some asses. Boys, thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.